First here, welcome to this video. This is my own recap of the season. That's No Lose Guard season, Big Brother Bbnaija season 9, guys. Yes, I really wanted to do this earlier on, but I said let me give it a month before I do a quick review, or should I say a quick recap of the whole season as my own perspective of how the season went and how dynamics, talk about the housemates, everything inclusive. So I'm just going to summarize how I genuinely feel about the housemates and the season as a whole. So obviously this video might not be for everyone because some of my takes may not go as you all want. As usual, you already know that I'm really most of the times logical, even though I also have my own faves as well. The season started with so much anticipation from both fans and production. Production actually hyped the season to the extent that we were like, okay, this is going to be the best of the best season we ever had from Big Brother Bbnaija, because of the way production actually hyped it with the duo pair. Like they gave us so many recipe that the dish they are going to give to us is going to be very, very delicious. So our appetite was very high for the season, and when the season started, a few days into it, everybody's like, okay, what's going on with this season? What's wrong with the housemate? They are too laid back. 1 week after, everybody's like, okay, we get it. It's only one or two people who are actually trying their best, trying to make the season what it's supposed to do, what it's supposed to be. A week after first eviction, everybody's like, no, this eviction shouldn't have gone the way it has gone. We're so disappointed. And then when the first eviction happened, that's Tammy, Dami and Toyosi left. Toyosi was laid back. Dami, on the other hand, was giving us drama with, she was actually giving us basketballs with Ruthie, as well as trying to form a relationship or a ship with Tofa, which everybody was like, okay, this is going to be something we are looking forward to, only for the eviction to happen. And the pair got evicted, and that is also because she got into a little bit altercation with one or two housemates. So yeah, they kick her out of the season. Then fast forward to the middle of the season, everybody started complaining that the season was boring. It was boring, guys. There's no two ways about it. The season was boring to the extent that Ebuka has to always hammer on the fact that some of them were living under the shadow of their peers. That was how it was. Ebuka had to add recipe to his own dish and gave it to this housemate to add sauces and make the show what it's supposed to be. They still did not have the capacity to make the show what it what it's supposed to be. Such a very big disappointment. Such a very big lay down. It was a big disappointment from production down to housemate to even fans, because trust me, fans did a very huge disservice to some of us viewers who really wanted to enjoy the show or enjoy housemates who were giving us something to work with. Such a huge disappointment all around. So in a nutshell, the season was a flop. There's no two ways. There's no two ways about it. The season was a flop. But then again, we'll always have one or two or three people who try to elevate the season. Now, talking about dynamics and talking about ships. When we talk about ships, we have like three or four ships for the season. Aside the legit ship, that's Double K, who obviously they won the show. Congratulations to them once again. And then we talk about relationships. Ships in the house or for this season. Let's talk about Tofa and Anita. Boring ship. Both of them are bore. Both of them have no source. As a sheep, they were boring. Individually to other, housemates, they were cool, they were vibe. As a sheep, they were boring. Then we talk about Soli, that's Suge and Nelly, another ball feast. They were boring as a sheep, nothing was going on for them. Ibuka tried to give them a recipe to work with. Ibuka tried to give them so many reasons, so many storylines to work with. They did not make good use of those storylines. So see, they were such a bore, especially Suge. Nelly without the sheep, she's a very great and very interesting housemate. As a sheep, very boring. Then we have Wani and Sean. That is an interesting ship thanks to Wani who has a very great personality, very outgoing, very extrovert character. She did add source to that ship in the house. And for Sean is also very interesting character, very laid back, but very instigated character, introvert with a source. That's who Sean is. And as a sheep, they were interesting to watch their fight, their, everything about that shape was interesting to actually. I don't know what people are saying. They are even though some people call them acting. I think I'll prefer a shape that is acting to give me drama to a shape that is giving me nothing or no source at all. So trust me, Shani shape was was interesting to watch. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Then when it comes to which other shape did we have, Ruthie and Mayor Frosh. That ship did not even last like a week, and both pairs or both sheep was evicted that same week. That was really a sad one because it was interesting as because both Mayor Frosh and Ruthie were vibe. Like even in Ruthie's delusions or whatnot, she was very interesting. Mayor Frosh with his vibe was also a very interesting character in all. So yeah, when it comes to ships, those were the ships formed in the season, and like I said, the 4-in-1 ships were boring. The other ships were vibe. Then we talk about dynamics, or should I say triangles. Woo! Let's talk about friendships that happen in the house. When we talk about friendship, Onyeka had friendship, or should I say, yeah, Onyeka had friendship with the boys. Most of the guys in the house, she created that friendship or that bond in the first week, which transited or which helped her or which saved her in the first week, actually, due to that housemates evicting themselves. Yes, so Onyeka friendship in the house was really interesting to see. Her friendship with Sean, that friendship with Sean translated to her amenity with Wani because she was friends with Sean before Sean entered into a ship with Wani. Now, Wani insecurity also created a storyline for herself with Sean as well as Onyeka. So that was also a very interesting dynamic to see, even though outside the house fans just did not allow us see space on social media due to their hatred for Onyeka. That was a very interesting dynamic. One insecurity for me was an interesting storyline. I was enjoying everything, every lamentation she was giving to Onyeka, all her insult. It was reality for me to see that this is actually how some people feel in their relationship. It was really interesting to view and watch. I don't want to watch a boring show. So that was an interesting dynamic. Then when it comes to the 4-in-1, that's Anita, Tofa, Suj and Nelly. Again, like I said, Nyeka had friendship with all these guys before they all entered into a ship. So she was still cool with all those guys whilst they were still in the ship. So These two ladies were not so they were not insecure at all towards Onyeka. So for them, their sheep, even though Onyeka tried her best to add spices to their sheep, the girls just did not feel Onyeka was a threat to their sheep in the house. So that added the boredom, or that added the buffies to their sheep. I don't know if you guys understand. If the girls or the guys were feeling some type of way towards Onyeka, I think that ships or those ships would have been a little bit interesting to watch. Just like the way Wani was feeling insecure towards Onyeka, just that she was close to Sean. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So yes, that made their sheep very, very boring. Now, when we talk about other dynamics like Ruthie and then the DJ twins, that's Wani and Handy, that was also a very interesting dynamic to watch. Their fight started when Ibuka added a little sauce to it. That's what I'm saying, that Ibuka added a little so many sauce to this show, because the housemates were just not giving as much as you know expected from them. They did not give at all of them were just a ball to watch. So Ruthie and DJ twins, they gave us a show. They actually gave us a show that was really, really, really good. I enjoyed everything that they did. When the DRC came back, that was really my epic moment. That was really fun to watch. I enjoyed every bit of that as well. And then another dynamic that I have to talk about is in the Ine and then the Mbadue twins. That was like week one, week two friendship. We didn't so some most people didn't watch the show week one, week two, so they could not understand that dynamic as well. It was as if it was forming an Igbo friendship. I mean, that was how it was looking at. They might not use their mouth to say it, but that was like the click that was forming. That was really interesting. Only for in the to get evicted, even as they were HOH that week. That was a sad one. Then the greatest story of the season, the Victoria and Cassia friendship. I don't know how. Some people are saying they bonded due to Onyeka. No, I don't think they bonded because of Onyeka's hatred or whatnot. They were cool. They were friends. They bonded as a result of the fact that Victoria was all alone. Cassia was also all alone, and they just bonded naturally because they had no one, especially when Ruthie and Chinwe and the rest got evicted. They became lonely, so they had no choice than to become friends. So yes, they didn't become friends because they hated Onyeka or they didn't like Onyeka. No, they were cool because they had no one else except themselves. So they had to bond on that level, and their friendship, the production didn't let us see much of their friendship, because trust me, after the fight with Onyeka, we started seeing, or production started showing them more. We started seeing that the two of them gossips a lot, and the two of them actually do have a lot of hatred towards Onyeka, and that's why there's no need to sugarcoat it. The show has ended. It's been a month already. Then we talk about the greatest or the biggest story of the season, the triangle. In by the way, twins, a lot of people say they were boring. I don't think they were boring. They were diplomatic. They were strong characters in the show. It's just the housemate who just rated them so high that they did not nominate them for nominations. They didn't call their names for nomination. Basically, that's what. But they were not boring. They were very interesting character. Ozzy, for instance, he was even one of the guys who was involved in a lot of altercations with his fellow housemates. So they were not boring for me at all. Tax, they were there. Conversation wise, they were there. Ships for Ozzy, they were there. So trust me, they were not boring at all. People say they were boring. They were not boring. It's just the housemates that were too damp to clock their game and give their names out for nomination. Aside that, they were very interesting character. Then Onyeka, Victoria, and Ozzy triangle, the biggest story of the season. That was interesting to watch. Trust me, I really enjoyed their dynamics. And thanks to Onyeka carried this season at her back. She tried everything to make this season what it is. I mean, she is the season villain, and I think it's worth it. Everybody's going to remember no lose guard season with Onyeka, and that's fact. There's no need to sugarcoat it again. Look, that's fact. Everybody's going to remember season 9, no lose guard, as Onyeka season. She's the villain, and trust me, she's going to do well outside if she works hard towards what she really wants to achieve. And her triangle was interesting. She created a triangle herself with her words and with her action. Unknowingly or knowingly, she created that triangle. Yes, Ozzy has been calling her out that she created it. She might not know that she did, but she did. And I think she came outside and she realized that. And that is why she said in one of her interviews that she regrets giving storyline to some people. Yeah, I think she has realized that she actually gave storyline to people, and that's fine. There's no need again to sugarcoat these things. Well, again, kudos to her. She tried to revive the season. She did her best, but I mean, one person cannot revive a whole season. It takes a whole collective. Your season is as good as you, and your season may be as bad as you. I think this is one of Kosi. If you watch Big Brother Titan, you remember Kosi said one of those things in one of her interviews or like that. Yeah, so if everybody is not collaborating to make the season a very good one, trust me, everybody is going to be in the same soup as the most boring season ever. And I think that's what no lose guard season is. When it comes to individual games, the pairs, we have fire and ice. That is how they were selected. I think whoever did this selection should go back to the drawing board. If there's going to be season 10 of Big Brother Naija, we need to go back to the trenches, like people who are ready to die on the fire for fame, who are ready to bring in entertainment, who are ready to make sure they bring something on board, like somebody or people or housemates who are ready to put in the work, not people who are production implant or what else. They don't have any, they have things to lose. In other words, they are not here to win or fight for their life, or they're just here to clear their names or be clear their narrative about them. Guys, what I'm just trying to say is that the season was boring. Housemate tried themselves. Kudos to, let me give, before I even give props to housemates who tried to make the season a season. Kudos to, how can I forget Benzoba ship? That's Chizoba and Ben. This was a very interesting ship because they did not have any romantic physical romantic thing to do in the house. No kiss, no tad, no well, did I see any cuddle? Well, yeah, they shared a bed. So, but aside that, there was nothing like that between these two. And a lot of people were questioning whether it's because Chizoba didn't like Ben, or Ben didn't like Chizoba, or Chizoba's principle was against kissing and doing touching things in public or on television. But whatever the case may be, they are still strong outside. They are still friendship. The friendship is still standing strong outside. And yeah, so that was a very interesting, very, very interesting. That even their conversation were real, their fights felt real. Doesn't feel like performative things that they were doing. Yeah, that was a very realistic shape. if I may say. Aside, Shani ship, that was another ship that I really enjoy so much. So yes, in a nutshell, kudos to Onyeka. Onyeka was a very big Onyeka was the biggest player this season. She carried the season on her back, especially when Ebuka called them ultimate love, and they were bored, they were boring. She did everything, most of the things she was doing, especially when she called it jet ski, trying to be in the good books of the guys who were in the ship. She was doing all those things intentionally. If you watch this show with an open mind and in a gameplay perspective, you understand what Nyeka was doing when it comes to the guys in the ships, the guys in ships. That's what basically what I'm saying. But her dynamic with Ozzy and Victoria, those were not games. She held herself back. She was in love, or she felt something strong for Ozzy before Victoria coming into the picture, or she unknowingly added Victoria to the source. And thanks to Sean, who also pushed Victoria to align in that direction as well. So yeah, in a nutshell, it was a boring season, but kudos to Onyeka. She did well. Hopefully, the stars align with everything she wants to really achieve after after the show has ended. And I wish her all the best in whatever she wants to do. And also, I wish all the housemates all the best in whatever things they plan to do with their lives. Because trust me, when Big Brother and Zamzi starts in January, the hype will die down. And by then, I hope that those who want to do things with their lives, they continue to do so. Those who have die-hard fan, will still continue to support them. Hopefully, the multi-choice will give us reunion from them, because as far as I'm concerned too, they might not deserve a reunion either, because most of them are cool. They're not giving us post-show drama. The ones who are trying to give us post-show drama, fans again are calling them ras, fans again are calling them names, and I really do not understand how some people think. Do you want drama or not? Anywho, in all of this, all the housemates or those who have fans are enjoying their fans' love through gifts, money, and luxurious gifts as well. So, guys, yeah, that's what I think. The season was boring, but those who tried to revive it did their best, and those who are laid back or did what they want to do. Thank you guys so much for watching this review of mine for the season, and we are looking forward to Big Brother Naija season 10. That is, if multi choice really want to give us that. But in all of this, we are looking forward to Big Brother and Zamzi in January 2025. I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video.